Hey guys, Penadaily here, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. In the last episode, we finished off the, we finished off the Swamp Palace, and today we're going for the Skull Woods. And this is a kind of interesting dungeon. It's very different from anything done before. So, we're going to make our way... Oh, we don't actually have to use the hammer, duh. Just make our way up, watch out for that ghost, and let's head into the Skull Woods. And you want to enter from here, because that's obviously where you're supposed to enter. And if we come through here, we got all this, and there's a picket. Watch out for that guy. Come on, dude. Ah, die. Yeah, they don't stun very well, so just keep hitting them. Alright, now, the thing with this place is that it is a very odd setup. There are a bunch of different holes that you can enter the dungeon through, and really, you know, you can come in through all sorts of ways. Might as well just start with this one. Yeah, kill you. And just kill you for fun. Not like we really need the bombs. And yeah, with the you see with the tempered sword we do a lot of damage. Now, there is another sword upgrade that you could get, and you could get it before you do anything else. You just have to go to levels 5 and 6 before you did anything else. But the problem with that is that apparently the boss of this dungeon is bugged and will basically is immune to the the sword. So we can go through here, and of course that makes everything sort of. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through here. Now that we've got the compass, we can come in here and get various things. Watch out for those guys. Those are the Wall Masters. They started in the original game, but in that game they actually came out of the wall. They started coming through the ceiling in this game and have never looked back since. And we have Gibdo. And one of the fun things you can do, and I will probably show later on, is that we can do with these guys. One of the fun things we can do is you can set them on fire. And being mummies, they burn. They burn real good. So, now that we're in here, we can... Ow. Yeah. Do that. And we get the map. So let's take a look at the map. And you can, if you look real closely, you can see that the dungeon is actually divided into 3 parts. There's the part we're in now, and then a part to the left of it, and then there's that third part that's up and to the left further. And there's really barely, there's no basement floor except, second basement floor except for one place. So yeah, this whole place is basically separated, which means you have to keep going in and out of the various entrances to get anywhere. You also kind of maybe want to go through the various entrances because that keeps you, you know, from... Yeah, you want to go out through some of the various entrances because that keeps you from getting dragged too far back by a Wall Master. But we can't do anything else because we don't have the big key. So we have to go in here. And this room is kind of a pain in the neck. Mostly, those 2 Gibdo are really not fun to fight. And of course, the Wall Masters will keep falling down on you at over and over. But as you can see, Bombos now does not take a huge amount of magic. And certainly, I mean, the tiny bottles that often get dropped are more than enough to deal with it. And at that point, Bombos is really good for clearing a room. I will probably abuse it to a certain extent through this dungeon. But we need to move this thing onto that switch. And we have to do it without getting grabbed by the Wallmaster. Because not only will the Wallmaster drag you back to the dungeon, the front of the dungeon, but they will reset the room. So the room, when you enter the room, it'll be exactly the way it was the first time you entered it, and everybody you killed will be back to annoy you. Ow. Well, let's try and kill you. Try not to die. Oh, hey, sure, why not? No, actually can't risk it, because that guy's going to come down and try and kill me. But of course, in here is... yeah, watch out for that guy. Don't stay in one place too long. We get the big key. And now, rather than try and deal with any crap, I'm going to use... yeah. You can go to the left, but there's not too much you can do, because we have to go back and get the dungeon item. This is one of those very interesting dungeons. Now, of course, if you know where you're going, you can get it done pretty quickly. And of course, here we are. Because if, you had to remember that place from the original... oh, really? Wow. You remembered that place from the original, from the last woods. That hole. So of course something special had to be here in the Dark World too, right? Given that, the stump that was the entrance to the thieves' place is also, a dungeon entrance. So first, we're gonna do this. And then we're going to go step on those star tiles, which changes the pits. And we go through here. So now, with this, we can, if we hadn't done that, we would have been totally blocked by pits. So you pull on that and the whole wall explodes. Sorry guys, I managed to drop my headset. No, you don't want to know how. And of course we've got mold worms, because life wasn't hard enough. So, there, we get that fire rod. If you'd gone into that door, or if you'd gone up from the place where we got the compass, you would basically go into another room where you would have gotten a key. And really, there is nothing, there's really no difference between going in the one room and going in the other. Just which way and what you have to fight. So, if you play it smart with the keys, you can actually wind up with a spare key, but it doesn't really get you anything. It just gets you into a room that isn't really worth it. There's nothing in there. It's not even a fairy lake. It's just like a bunch of these guys. So yeah. So we're going to ignore that, go through there. You can drop in a hole that would take you up there, but it's not worth it. Literally, the only reason to come this way through the dungeon is because it'll take you out where you can go up and head to fight the boss. Yeah, it's a confusing dungeon, but once you know where to go, it's actually really short. And of course we have rocks. There's nothing under the rocks. So you had to get the fire rod to do this. Now you might or might not want the medicine of magic. I don't usually bother, because this villain is really not that big a deal. The other thing you can do is, if you did take the, take both routes and basically get both keys, you don't have to do this bit, which, there are some nasty guys here, and you would maybe want to not deal with it. And just, for your edification, of course, you can see where if you slice the vines on the walls, they fall apart just like the curtains do in Aghanim's room. So, we made it here with only one hit. That's pretty darn good. So now we're just going to use the mirror, which resets the room as well, so we don't have to worry about running into the fire snake. Dude, come on. Dude. There we go. Alright, we can kill this guy. We can kill this guy. Really? Ow, I hate you. And watch out for the fire snake and go through the door. Yeah, if you manage to save a key, you don't have to deal with any of this. Now be careful because, yeah, there are wall masters. So your object is to wind your way through this maze of star tiles and, you know, be very careful and not get hit by the wall master and not fall into any of the pits and get to the door. There's probably a heart under that, but I don't want to deal with it. So again, Bombos. It will kill all the mummies for not a lot of magic at this point. And then we change to, well, actually, watch out. He was out of range, so we'll have to kill him. Well, we can kill him the normal way, or like that. In later games, when you did that, when you killed a Gibdo with fire, he would turn into a Stalfos. Or maybe a Redead. Oh, crap! Yeah, that happens. Luckily, we didn't really go that far, but we do have to kill these two losers. And watch out for the fire snake. And go through this again. So yeah, you want to watch out for those guys. They're frustrating. They're not nearly as creepy as the ones in... Oh, jeez. Now that was just stupid on my part. They're not nearly as creepy as the ones in Ocarina of Time. You know, they don't... The shadows, they're not, you know, textured in weird ways. One of the fun things, actually, in Link Between Worlds is that you can get them stuck in... and of course, if you do that... Oh, it's magic. Yeah, then we have to run through this again. You can get them stuck in gratings by luring them down. They fall down and they, you know, basically wind up getting stuck in the grating, and they have to struggle for a bit, and it's actually really hilarious. I am doing this again, even though it'll probably leave one of these guys alive. I don't care. So, yeah, and we're gonna go to the... Yeah, it leaves this guy alive, but that's okay. Okay, better use the fire rod so I don't have to close the silly, you know, horribly silly distances with him. But now, we can just do this. He can't, you know, he can't nearly catch up with you in time to do anything, and that unlocks the door. There will be later fire puzzles that do this. I'm going to see if I can't... Ha! That's very nice. Alright. And now... The other thing you can do is you can use ether. It will freeze everybody solid, and you can hit frozen guys with a hammer to get magic back. I might do that in the next room, rather than use Bombos. You can sort of see that hole. So, you know, you slash the vines. Let's try ether. And yes, there are also wall masters in this room. You don't want to deal with them either. So switch to the hammer, and one of these guys should give you a big magic bottle. And that guy gives you the key. And that guy gives you a little magic bottle. That's kind of nice. Oh, hey, and hearts. So yeah, again, you can really, you know, you can get pretty... You can do pretty well on magic going into this final boss, and you really don't need more than one full bar. Now, this boss is actually, he is coded to be really, really vulnerable to bees. If you want to use the good bee, he will die really fast. I don't usually feel the need. This is Mothula. Yes, really, Mothula. He's, you know, an evil moth. He is apparently, wait, how am I? Okay, I'm still really good. you know, you want to dodge these stupid, wow. You know, just keep dodging the spikes, and dodge what he spits out, and hit him with that, yeah. And I'm just going to use the life medicine really fast, mostly because I don't want to deal with the problems of having a fairy resurrect me in the middle of this crap. Just, okay, I'm out of magic. So now, just keep whacking him. Use your sword. He'll die pretty fast. Yeah, there, see? He died pretty fast. So, I mean, at that point, we just pick up the heart container. And we pick up the maiden. And, yeah, like I said, this dungeon, it looks very impressive and frightening, but it really, once you know what you're doing, it goes really fast. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. Do you know the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm? This is the way I heard it. If a person who has an evil heart gets the Triforce, a hero is destined to appear, and he alone must face the person who began the Great Cataclysm. If the evil one destroys the hero, nothing can save the world from his wicked reign. Only a person of the Knights of Hyrule, who protected the royalty of Hylia, can become the hero. You are of their bloodline, aren't you? Then you must rescue Zelda without fail. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, okay. The joke is worn thin, but seriously. And that brings us out. We have one there, and we don't really need to be here anymore. So, and of course, if you want to check this out, I'll show you this part. And let's see, we'll use the mirror. And really, it is much easier to go around the light world. Yeah, and you see, of course, we're right outside the place that leads us to the Lost Woods, the Master Sword. And yeah, we can watch out for that, you know, bomb buried in the turf. It will explode if you walk over it. And here we are. Yeah, this is how you get to the other side of the forest. I've just kept being an idiot. It happens. So, alright, hold on 1 second. I'm going to check on something. If you'll just stay there. There. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Well, we've still got a little time, so I will go and we'll do some of the setup for the... Really, dude? We'll do some setup. For one thing, I want to buy another potion. Because, you know. And in this case, we really don't need to, but I am completely full to the brim on money, so I'm gonna buy a cure-all. Trust me, I need life more than I need magic, given how often they give magic vials in this game. But, you know. So, now we're going to go down to the number 8, actually. You don't use it very often, but it leads you right to the lake. And, I mean, I could have just as easily warped from, you know, the Waterfall of Wishing all the way down here. That might even have been faster. So, level 5, to get into it, the only way is to use this tile. And there's a lot, you know, to do. Ooh, no, we don't need the duck. We're going in, let's go in here. And, you know, while we're here, I'll show you what happens. Now, I showed you the first upgrade, and I figure I could use a few more bomb upgrades. So, now, after that first time, instead of throwing rupees in 5 or 20 increments, you can throw them in 50 increments. So, good luck. I can easily do another upgrade. Just walk back and forth. You know, it's a lot quicker to throw in 100 rupees and get another upgrade. I'm gonna upgrade my bombs again. 20 bombs, really, 10 bombs and 30 arrows is, for the most part, enough for anybody. But, you know, if you really like using one or the other, it can be useful. So, with that, I'm going to call it here. Next time, we will go into the Dark World through this portal and take on the Ice Palace. But I will see you guys then. Have a good day.